Shanti.
I'm Nona.
I'm Mariana.
And you're watching Meida Community Media.
Your TV station.
Yay!
Yay, Meida!
Yay, Meida!
Okay, one more time. But hello. Welcome to Whazizname On MCM episode 24. This is the final episode of this series, and to celebrate and summarize, I have a very special guest, me. Hey there, welcome back to the show. Introduce yourself. Hello, thanks for having me back. I am called Sir Reverend Dr. Mahatma Miyam Whazizname, a pharaoh iconoclastic, anachronistic, eclectic, catalytic, high-tech, hippie, hobo, artist, educator, philosopher, and model. Well, that certainly is a mouthful of descriptor. Could you explain it a little for the viewers? Well, yes, I could explain it, but I won't, because I think it would be more educational if those that are interested would Google the words. That way they would learn more about the words than just how they pertain to me. Seems fair. You mentioned model in your descriptor. Tell me about that, and don't leave out the part about the calendar. Over the last 10 years or so, I've become the primary model for my photography. I started being my model because it helped me with my 3D character designs. Then I got a new camera and I wanted to learn about it. And then I started wearing non-traditional clothing, and then I sort of became addicted to the whole self-study. As an example of the self-study addiction, I shot over 4,400 photos of me between October 2014 and October 2015. The calendar came about totally by accident. I received a coupon for a free calendar at one of the online stores, and I thought it might be interesting to create a pinup calendar of my selfies. I was very pleased with the calendar and with the public reactions to it. So I might do something like that again in the future too. Wow, over 4,400 selfies. You must really like looking at yourself. Yeah, now I do. But when I started the selfies, I didn't always like to look at myself. One of the benefits of the selfie phase has been that I've gained a more positive opinion of myself and the world around me. I have learned that our self-image is far too often distorted by the opinions of those around us. And now, after the selfie phase, I feel much more free to be whomever I want to be, like whatever I want to like, and do whatever I want to do. And I encourage everyone else to do the same. To paraphrase a popular saying, we live in a society that profits from our self-hatred. So the simple act of liking oneself is an act of rebellion. Would you say this new freedom is part of your fashion choices too? Yes, certainly. Explain a little more. Well, my fashion choices are based solely upon what I like to see and what is functional for me. I like to see people dressed in form-fitting clothing. I like to see people wear clothing that accentuates their body type and their personal sense of style. I like to wear clothing that's not only visually interesting, but also strong and useful in daily real-world life. You know, such as a turtleneck dress because it's cold outside, you know. Unfortunately, a lot of visually interesting clothing is not very practical or very functional. Now, I understand and appreciate that others feel differently, and I have no problem with them wearing whatever it is that they want to wear. So then, your choice of clothing is not necessarily indicative of your gender, your sexuality, your profession, nor your sanity. True. See, someone's been reading my posters. So then I should probably not refer to you with terms like cross-dresser or sissy or transvestite or drag queen or gay or transsexual, etc., etc. Yes, please do not refer to me with those terms. I can see how those kinds of terms are good for helping some people to understand and embrace their individuality. But for me, they're not free enough. For me, they limit my individuality and they do not tell enough of the truth. For example, I'd rather be described as a man in a miniskirt than as a cross-dresser, because when I'm wearing a miniskirt, the former is literally true. On the other hand, the term cross-dresser seems to imply that I'm wearing clothes that belong to the other people, as if there are only two kinds of people. We live in a world with almost 7 billion people, 7 billion individuals. Is it even possible for some small group of us to decide what's right and what's wrong for everybody? Is that why you say that this series is a search for truth, both within and without? Yes, definitely. In fact, I consider my whole existence to be a search for truth. What other truths did you discover during the production of the series? Well, with these last few shows, I discovered that it's not as complicated as I thought it would be to do shoots without camera people. You've noticed it in the 2 Quinto episodes, and in this one, I'm in the room with camera people. I'm the only production person in the room. And that was kind of cool. That was a nice discovery I made, that I actually have developed the skills enough to where I can see the production from multiple angles at the same time, including the talent and camera operators and editor and all of that. I also rediscovered that I do not like soft deadlines. And what I mean is that if I'm doing a thing, if I have a thing that's due by a certain time, then I don't want the due date or due time changed for some non-production reason. The primary difficulty that I had making this series was that the other shows that I worked on could not or would not keep their timetables. I'm very glad that I did this bi-weekly series. It was great exercise for my creative skill set, but I do not think I would do it again if I had to work on shows with soft deadlines at the same time as I had to work on my show. I don't know, maybe. Do you have a favorite episode or segment in this series? No, not really. My creations are like my children. I like each one of them, for their uniqueness. You have children? Yes, I have 3 daughters. You may have seen them on Meida PSAs before my shows or after my shows. They were pretty young then, but that's the 3 of them. Ah, yes, very beautiful children. Thanks. That is also my mother in the background talking on the phone to my brother. Really? Did she realize that she was in the video? I've often wondered that. In some ways, she was a distraction to the video, but it all turned out okay. Cool. Sorry, you were talking about favorite episodes? Ah, yes, favorite episodes. Well, I'll say that I'm very pleased with the Locust Street Festival, the Center Street Days, and the River West 24 Mishmash episodes. Not only because of the way the episodes turned out, but because of the wonderful time that I had while videotaping them. Live music is one of my favorite things to videotape. New music is my favorite type of music to hear. And I saw about 30 bands at those 3 festivals that I had not seen before, and dozens of other types of artists that I had not seen before. And then add to that the fact that the festivals are in the summer, in the daytime, and on public streets. That just made them into nearly perfect days for me. I also enjoyed that I did not have to wear the production ninja uniform, the all black clothing. So I was able to wear summery stuff and bright stuff and pretty stuff, and I was actually one of the festival goers, even though I was making a production. Most people there probably just considered me another person with a camcorder there and not realized that, okay, we's at work. A side note, I was so inspired by the festivals that I shot hundreds of photos of the festival goers and the festival staff, but I didn't shoot any selfies. I shot 2 selfies at Center Street Days after I was getting ready to go, but I haven't published them. Perhaps there were enough beautiful people that I didn't need to feel to look at myself, or feel the need to look at myself. Did I say that right? So, now that this series is complete, what's next for you? More creation, more music, more video, more 3D CGI, more fashion freedom. I'm not completely sure, but it will certainly include a new living/creative space, and ideally a relocation to a much warmer part of the world. Sounds great. I wish you the very best. I know you do. So, that brings us to the end of this episode and this series. Hope you enjoyed it, both this episode and the series. I also hope that you enjoy your favorite winter holiday celebration. Kwanzaa, Solstice, Hanukkah, Christmas, Whazizname Day, New Year's, whatever it is you celebrate, enjoy. Thank you for joining us. Take care until next time. Peace and power to you.
Ashanti.
I'm Nona.
I'm Mariana.
And you're watching Meida Community Media.
Your TV station.
Yay, Meida!